Fuck young nigga, fuck your squad, nigga. Popping these pills on my coat. I'm out the road, feel like I'm Batman. Damn, what? Smart as a madman.
Yo, welcome back everyone. Today I'm gonna cover the new Frost rework, which has taken him from one of the bottom of the barrel Warframes to now one of the best Warframes in the game. We have to start recovering Frost's first ability, Freeze. Now Freeze, you just shoot a cold projectile at enemies, which isn't all that great until you take into account the augment Freeze Force, which can give him an extra 100% cold damage on his weapons. Second ability, Ice Wave, is not even worth coping. It's terrible, and we're gonna take it off for a different ability anyway. Snow Globe is his third ability, and I don't really feel that I need to explain this one because it's probably one of the most iconic abilities in the whole game. Now, Frost's fourth ability is one I do want to explain. Avalanche freezes enemies and completely strips their armor. And this is especially useful in the new update because frozen enemies take more crit damage. And if we combine this with Frost's other augment, Biting Frost, our crit chance and our crit damage will both get increased by 200% each. And it doesn't just stop there. Using another augment, Icy Avalanche, will give Frost overguard every time he freezes an enemy with his fourth ability, and this also goes to your allies. So you can have an insane amount of survivability with this. The highest overguard I was able to go up to was around 65,000. Which is ridiculous. His passive is also going to give him extra survivability. It's going to give him 50 armor for every enemy affected by cold status in 15 meters. And since you're using Frost, everyone's going to have cold status around you the whole time. Now we take a look at Frost's kit. We can get extra damage with the 1, survivability and armor strip with the 4. But the one thing he's missing is something to group the enemies so he can kill them. That's where our Helminth comes in. We have 3 options here that I recommend. I use Pull from Mag because it has a very fast animation, unlike Ensnare, and it has more range than Airburst. So I think it's personally the best option out of the 3, but that's completely up to you. Now, on Frost, I'd like to have a little bit of everything, mainly focusing on range and strength so I can kill as much enemies as possible by using Pull from my arcanes. I run more augmented for just another 60% extra strength and arcane energized because I find energy to be a small problem with Frost. So my weapon of choice is the Kuva Chakur because it has a very high crit chance and crit damage multiplier. So this is the build I run Blast because it will deal a decent amount of damage if they don't die off the first hit, and combine that with Rifle Elementalist, it's some pretty nice damage. Faction mod is pretty important for whatever faction you're going against, and if you don't have a Riven, you can really replace this with, anything you want. An extra elemental mod, extra damage mod, extra multi-shell mod, whatever you really want in that slot. But I'm just lucky enough to have one. One more thing I forgot to mention is the arcane primary frostbite, which obviously goes on your primary weapon. It can give you up to 120% extra crit damage and 90% extra multi-shot. So I'd say this is the best arcane to use. Now, with my Archon shards, I like to go with a Tau Forged and a regular casting speed shard. And I just want to note, both of these are completely unnecessary. I just don't like watching animations. I think if we can make those animations go by faster, we'll get more kills. But again, it is not needed. This build will work just fine without them. Well, now we've covered that, but how do you actually play Frost? Well, luckily he is one of the most simple playstyles in the game. You just want to make sure your first ability's augment is active at all times for that extra damage increase. And then from there, you just go around, use your fourth ability, freeze enemies, pull them in with your second, and then everything will just get obliterated. I mean, Frost's rework is perfect. DE did a really good job at turning him around and making him an insane Warframe. I think reworks need to be more like this one, where it's just a completely different Warframe, basically. And with that being said, that is it for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. It would help out the channel a lot. And thank you, everyone, for your continuous support. And if you have any suggestions or requests you want to see in upcoming videos, put it in the comments below. I'll make sure to try and get those out very soon. Thank you, everybody. Take care and goodbye.
Drop in my rollie, drop in my paddock. This an AP and a automatic. Dipping that white in the kitchen, Bob Saget. Ripping it slowly.